is no pre-tribulation rapture, and I'm going to use Revelation 14 to prove it. This is what's going to be happening during tribulation. Then I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation, tribe, tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give him glory, for the hour of his judgment has come. And worship him who made the heaven and the earth and the sea and the springs of the water. Another angel followed, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, where she had made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If anyone worships the beast in his image and receives his mark on their forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God. If this is the wrath of God, if what's happening during tribulation is the wrath of God, then why would he say you're going to drink from the wrath of God? This is how we also know that tribulation is not the wrath of God, because he's telling us here, you're going to drink from the wrath of God if you take this Antichrist mark and you bow down to him and you worship him. It is poured out full strength into his cup of indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night who worships the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name. And here's the verse once again telling us that we're going to be here through tribulation. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are those who keep the commandments of God and their faith of Jesus. Saying, here's the patience and faith of the saints. You better hope you have patience and you better hope you have faith, because this is the time they're going to be tested. I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, Write, blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on. God is going to keep track of each and every single one of us who are killed by this Antichrist. We're all going to be here through tribulation, and whoever dies by this Antichrist, God's going to keep track of it. He's not going to let it go unnoticed. We're going to be rewarded greatly in heaven for dying for Jesus. As says the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works follow them. And here's the second coming of Christ and the rapture right after tribulation is over. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and on the cloud sat one like the Son of Man. We've heard this before in Matthew 24:29 through 31. This is the second coming of Christ, and Jesus tells us plainly it's immediately after tribulation. In verse 30 it says, They will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and great glory, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. Another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him who sat on the cloud, Thrust in your sickle and reap, for the time has come for you to reap. For the harvest of the earth is ripe. So he who sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. This is the rapture. This is the gathering together of the elect. And notice that it came after tribulation. It comes after the Antichrist kills the saints in verse 13. Before verse 13, we're told we're going to have patience and we're going to have faith. There is no pre-tribulation rapture in the Bible nowhere, and I could do this all day long, every day, because God's revealed to me that there is no pre-tribulation rapture. And I've read the New Testament so many times, there's not one in there nowhere. All throughout the New Testament, we're told we're going to have patience, we're going to have faith, and we're going to have to endure until the end. The pre-tribulation rapture belief, sadly, is made up by Satan so that he can deceive people into thinking that they're not going to have to be here through tribulation. They're not going to be ready. How can you get ready for something that you're not prepared for? Let's use a basketball game, for example. If you haven't practiced for an upcoming basketball game at all, are you going to be ready for that game when it comes? No, you're not. You're not going to be ready for that game. You're not going to be physically ready for that game. You're not going to be mentally ready for that game. And Satan knows you're not going to be ready for that game. That's why he wants to instill this false hope of a fake pre-tribulation rapture in millions and millions and millions of Christians throughout the world, because he doesn't want you ready for the game when it comes. And it's coming soon, and I suggest you get ready for it.